Well, here we are in my garage. It's about a month before we have to go to the Texas Tea Party. The Tea Party this year is in Marshall, Texas. And I'm going to show you what I have to do to this car to get it ready for a 4-day Texas Tea Party. This is a 1926 Model T Touring. It's an early 26. If you know anything about Henry Ford, he used all the parts he had in stock on his cars. And in 1926, he kept using wooden wheels until he ran out. So even though this is a 26, it still has wooden wheels. I already worked on a little bit of this car, getting it ready for the Tea Party. I noticed that these Rocky Mountain brake springs were disconnected. I connected this one back up, but it was way off before I reconnected it. This Rocky Mountain brake spring was completely gone, and I had to kludge this one to get it hooked up again. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take out the floorboards and I'm going to open up the transmission, clean out the transmission filter, and adjust the bands. I noticed that my brake needs adjusting, and also my low speed gear needs adjusting. So I'm going to take out the floor mat and the floorboards. Okay, I got the floorboards out. I just wanted to show you this brake switch over here that hooks to the transmission. I have it taped up here. These connectors are hot, and when you disconnect this this brace from the transmission, you got to watch that you don't bump this up against some ground, because it'll spark and give your battery all kinds of trouble. And here's how it works. When you push on the brake, it pushes on this switch in and out. I also wanted to show you that this is a numbers matching car. In 1926, Ford decided to put numbers on both the chassis and the engine. And here is the chassis number: 13569er785. I know that's a 9, I'll show you why. Notice the 3 here has a couple curly cues on the end. And notice this 7 is kind of fancy. It's got a down part and a little curly cue up there. Now we'll go look at the motor, and I'll show you how I know that's a 9. Okay, sure enough, it's the same number. 13569er785. And notice the 7 and the 3 are a different kind of a script. The guy that numbers the motors is different than the guy that numbers the chassis. And that's why it's a different script. So, numbers matching car. Notice the red on the head gasket. I think Ross Lilliker had been inside this motor. I'll have to ask him to look at it, see if he can tell me whether or not it's been apart by him. I've never taken it apart. Okay, now we're back working on Betty, my 26 Touring. I've taken the transmission cover off, and as you can see, here's the filter and the magnet that collects anything magnetic in this filter. And you can, as you can see, there's not much collected on the magnet. I've taken this off before, and I've had a whole lot of iron filings on here on this magnet, but today when I took it apart, I don't find any or too many iron filings. So next I'm going to take this whole assembly out. This whole filter comes out, and I'm going to clean up the magnet, and I'm going to clean up the holes in the filter. You can see some. I have cloth bands, Scandinavian cloth bands, and you can see some of the cloth in the holes in this filter. Okay, I'm going to take it apart and clean it. Okay, so I took the transmission filter off of the transmission, put it on my workbench, cleaned the magnet, cleaned all the screens, and it's ready to put back in. Before I do that, I'm going to adjust my bands. Before you adjust your bands, you got to remember to put in all these rags. So if you drop the wrench or anything down in there, you can get it out, because it'll get caught with these rags. And you got to remember, put a rag in here. That's where you're going to lose a nut, or you're going to lose your wrench, and that's going to be terrible. Okay, we're going to use a Ford tool, 5Z 829er. It's a ratchet on one end that fits on these bolts right here, and it ratchets so you can tighten up and you can loosen if you flip it around. The other end is 15/16, and 15/16 fits right on this lock nut out here. This is the adjustment for the low speed. This fits right on this lock nut and allows you to unloosen it or tighten it up. If you don't have this tool, you can use a 15/16 for this nut over here. This one is just a 1/2 inch, and I believe these are either 11/16 or 3/4. I can't remember. Okay, so let's do the reverse gear first. That's this pill right here. Let's go ahead and put this on there. Put it on backwards. Now there's several ways to adjust these bands, but I like to, what you're going to have to do is adjust them to what you think it ought to be, and then get it out and road test it on the road. My rag is in the way. There we go. Oh, still put it on wrong. You can see the little notch in the bolt where it fits into the spring. So what I like to do is I'll count the clicks on my ratchet until it's tight. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now what I'm going to do is take it back out half of that, which was 18. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you got to get the little nub of the washer right in that nut. So it's right there. Right there. And then you take it out and road test it. Okay, now let's do the brake. This is a 26, so it's got the wide brake band. And I'll do the same kind of a deal. We'll count the clicks for the wrench throws, and then we'll back it out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I saw it move, so we'll go with that, and then we'll road test it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll get the little washer right on there. Okay, for the low gear, we're just going to loosen up this nut. And then we're going to get a 1/2-inch wrench. I'm going to do pretty much the same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's pretty tight. I can feel it stop. Now we're just going to take it off 3. So 1, 2, 1/4 inch, 2.5, 3. Okay, now we're going to tighten up the lock nut. And then we're going to have to road test it. Okay, remember to take the rags out, and we're going to put the filter back on, and we're going to take it out on the road. This is what the transmission filter looks like after you've cleaned off the magnet and cleaned off the screen so that you can start filtering again. Well, put it all back together, tighten it all up. I took it out for a road test. I got lots of brake pedal back. I got lots of low pedal back, and even reverse worked better. So I think what I did was pretty good. Still a lot of work to do to get ready for the Marshall, Texas Tea Party, but I'm getting there. Talk to you later. Bye.